Hello everyone, and welcome to my fifth attempt at filling this slot. So, first attempt, Assassin's Creed Liberation. Doesn't like my computer, it just crashed. Second, Assassin's Creed 4, also crashed. Maybe this was a sign that I was meant to do a puzzle game, so I tried Grey Matter, which was stuck at 4 frames per second in the main menu. So, yay. That was unplayable. I think it's better. It might be better now. I think maybe it's just like a restart of the computer, but I'm just like, I'm not having any of this nonsense. So I tried Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, which is a delightful game. If you've not played it, give it a go. It's kind of a bit weird, the control system. It's quite nice, though. And I played that all the way through. It's about a 3-hour-long game, so I've managed to play it through all in one session. Unfortunately, Bandicam decided that recording my commentary wasn't necessary, as it had changed the settings without telling me. So 3 hours of footage of a game that I rather enjoyed, and I played it for my own enjoyment, which I did enjoy it, but just kind of a little frustrating that there's no commentary, and I don't like adding post-commentary. So, I mean, I've done it like once or twice because you kind of like talking about, oh, I think I do this now. I'd rather just it be kind of spontaneous, coming out as I'm recording. Para-commentary rather than post-commentary. Certainly not pre-commentary, that's not even possible, really. Well, unless you're exceptionally lucky, or you know what you're doing. Right, so here we are, Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. This is the director's cut version. For some reason, I have a continue. How long has this been on my computer? Because I may have started it thinking about filling it in for a slot somewhere. I do kind of like having a puzzle game slot, almost like a puzzle game slot, which is kind of why I gave up on Assassin's Creed and went to puzzle games. So maybe I tried it for that and was checking it would record. That is possible. That is possible. Well, regardless, let's go, shall we? Let's actually start with a new game.
Paris, city of love, romance, and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too, but ever since that day, the day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death.
Someone's watched the 4th Doctor Who episode serial. Charles Cecil production. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. The director's cut. Hello. I always do that. Writer and director Charles Cecil. You can tell we're in Paris. There's the Eiffel Tower. Yay! Shouldn't laugh at the credits. I've just got this idea of there's 2 people going around pulling faces for the facial expressions. And that is what they did. Like, pulled tongues at people as they went past.
I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why.
Eep.
Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Creepy mime fellow.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty. You're too kind, madame.
Eep.
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame.
Ooh, otherwise.
That was no cat.
God, what? Monsieur Carchon!
It was clearly the mime what done it. Well done, madame.
He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Collard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation?
I assume we're
It
going...
was a no-brainer.
Yes. I assume we're going to be investigating. Do we have... any... Okay, we don't have any... We have subtitle... The subtitle languages, there's American and English as two different options. Subtitles on. Why are the subtitles not on? Move the mouse pointer around the screen to discover areas of interest, which will be indicated by an animating blue circle. Thank you. Too excited by the fact it's blue. When the pointer passes over an object with which you can interact, it will change to an animating icon reflecting the available action. Briefcase icon opens inventory. Diary icon accesses the diary. Question mark gives you puzzle hints. Hopefully they don't tell you what to do. It is just a hint. Spanner icon saves and restores. Yes, 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 yes.
A bust of Pierre Carchon, humble servant of La France.
Okay, so it's only this, is it? No, I didn't want to do that.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them.
I've not finished in there. Ooh. Things. It's part of the Ming vase. What's it doing over there?
I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful.
Yoink! Ooh.
Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
We need to puzzle. We need to figure out. We need to grab stuff for it.
It was a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine.
Marnius Calgar.
Just the color I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favorite color.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that.
Let's... Oh, there's another thing on the table. We'll go back into the room, see if there's some stuff in there we
A
can grab.
magnificent antique table.
Now with a hole in it. So we're back in here. There's a few things we haven't looked at, of course. The bust. Let's see. Ooh, any interesting reads? Anything interesting to read?
The bookcase was filled with obscure first editions.
Like...
It contained rows of titles I didn't recognize.
Curses.
Programming the Z80 by Rodney Zacks. Ah, the romance, the drama, the great classic novels had a lot to learn.
Yeah, interact.
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime.
Well done.
I'd come across this murderer before and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him. Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
Wait, is he dead too?
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now.
Well, I don't think I'd be able to progress the game if I didn't.
Carchon had been shot.
Well done. I knew that.
It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
How did it get over here, though, is the issue.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job.
I should have looked at the...
The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
Let's have a look at this, shall we?
I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass.
Okay.
Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
To use an inventory item on a background, but click on the item and hold the mouse button. Ooh, well, okay. Drag it over. Ooh, golden outline. Oh, that's always good to know. Because that means it tells you when you can do stuff with it. Or not. Or not. Well, that made sense. Oh, that's... Oh, no, that's mean. No. Bad. You shouldn't do it like that. You should do it like when I can interact with it. Otherwise, it's just... Can I interact with it?
Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff.
I know, I'm amazing.
Instead of comforting Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why?
I don't know.
Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
She had it coming. What have we picked up?
A key. Maybe a safe key. It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact.
So we've got another Nico. Those who are around or have watched or have played The Raven. Obviously, that's the name of the inspector in that.
The door was locked.
Is that what we need for? Is that the key for this?
A modern key on an antique door. It wasn't going to work.
Okay, well, we can't go in there yet, so. Let's have a look at these busts. Maybe this one's got a keyhole in it.
Pierre Carchon again. His eyes seemed to follow me around the room.
Yes, they were doing that when he was alive as well. I don't want to ask if there's a safe. That's probably a wee bit suspicious.
Excuse me, madame.
Yes?
I don't know who that is. You gonna give me any idea of what these are?
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
How did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Coulard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
The killer.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
It wasn't a
Pierre
mime.
had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start.
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly, I preferred it that way. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
Yes, I'm a good person. Have you not watched my other videos?
Yes, that's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if. My editor gets the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
I'm a nice, friendly person.
Your husband invited me here today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Okay.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
I assume the evil route is more along the lines of... Ooh, we should read diary. Is more along the lines of... Thingy-me. Go on, brain. I'll read that once I've figured it. I was thinking it'd be more... No, it's gone. No, it's gone. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, the evil side. I wonder if that's more intimidation stuff.